Alright, what is up, yo? It is the Nail for Day, and we are back with our first video on this channel. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. We got many more videos to come, but let's get straight into it. So, I just want to start off with a proper introduction to this YouTube channel and pretty much to my trading journey, and actually, just tell you guys how it's been so far up until this point, because I really want to share this journey with you guys. And in order for me to share this journey, I got to share how it starts. So how this all started was back in like 2020, yo, when we were all in lockdown. We had a lot of free time. Well, I had a lot of free time on my hands. So, I was pretty much just playing games, playing games, streaming, just doing whatever, just doing whatever you would do at that time when you didn't have to worry about jobs, money, this, that, and the third. So I had a lot of free time on my hands, and I came across one of these like pyramid schemes. Like, it was literally like one of these guys that were like talking about, oh, yo, I day trade and I make like $10,000 this week. And I was like, yo, no way. How do you do that? How do you do that? Right? Just to come find out it's one of those MLMs, and it wasn't really anything to do with trading. So it discouraged and it pushed me so far away from the shit. I was like, this is not for me, not at all. I don't want to do this, like that's weird, right? So it was only until like I think 2 years after that, so like 2022, did I see one of my friends, right? Like, this is a close friend of mine. I seen him and he pulled up to me. He's like, yo, I made like 5K today, right? And I was like, 5K in a day, And he was showing me these things called prop firms, right? So he's showing me this, and then he shows me a payout, and I was like, there's no way. And because this is like the real shit, right? Like, it was someone that actually knew, and I was like, oh, there's no way you're actually doing this. I took interest. I said, put me on. That's the first step, is to actually take that initiative, right? So I took that initiative. I was like, yo, put me on to this. Show me how you did this, because I want to do this too, right? I want to make that too. I want to make that money too, right? So, he started showing me the ropes. I started with learning supply demand. If you guys know Doyle Exchange, that's like literally the first like trader I started learning from. Luckily, I did get the right, information and the right path, because like I could have been led like 60 different ways. It's very hard to like know the right way to go. So luckily, I did have someone actually direct me the right way, and they directed me to Doyle. At that time, Doyle was doing forex and all that, so I was doing forex too. I opened up like a Hanko trade, only put like $80, $100 into that. Just kept losing that money. You know how it goes, right? So just kept losing that. Try to learn what he was teaching, which was supply demand, and that was like the first strategy like I ever learned, right? So I was trying to learn what he was teaching, kept blowing accounts, and I'm looking at like, I'm looking at other people. I'm like, damn, how they doing this? Like, how is it working out so well, right? I want to be that too, but it takes time, right? Like, you're not gonna get this in a day, and like that's something that like, I actually had to learn for myself, that like it's going to take time for me to actually get to that point where like I'm actually profitable and actually making money consistently. But the thing is, I was determined to make it. I was determined to get to that point, and I would do it no matter what. So I just kept going, kept blowing accounts, kept losing money, just kept losing so much money. And like at that time, I'm like, yo, I can't keep doing this, right? I can't keep losing this much money. Like, it's actually a lot, right? So we took like a year off trading. Like, I remember this, like we took like a good year and a half off trading. I was off it for like a minute, like a good minute. I was off trading. I wasn't even doing none of that. I was just focused on other things, like just doing my YouTube, this, down, the third. I was just focused on that. I didn't trade, right? And then come like 2023, like the end of it, 2024, right? The friend that initially put me on, he showed me another payout. He showed me another payout. He's like, bro, what are you doing? You're lacking. Like, I showed you this before. You can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. You got this, right? And at that time, I'm like, yo, supply demand is not working for me. I've tried supply demand. It's not working for me. Like, it's not me. And maybe it's actually a great, beautiful strategy. It's actually a beautiful strategy. And but we all got to find our own strategy, right? Like, we all have our own, right? You can do ICC, supply demand. You can do break and retest. You can do so much things, right? So we all have to find our own path. And then, he's like, yo, bro, I've been doing ICT lately, right? And I'm like, what's ICT? He's like, it's like this whole strategy. this down to 30. He's like pretty much breaking it down to me. I'm like, okay, let me give it a chance, right? He was literally spending hours teaching me ICT. He was putting me on to different traders who traded ICT at that time. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let me give it a chance myself. Yo, it went so bad. The same thing. Because at the end of the day, yo, if your mind's not right, no matter what strategy you're doing, it doesn't matter. You're gonna keep blowing money. If your mind's not right, you can do any strategy. It can even give you a 90% win rate. You're still gonna blow accounts, right? So it didn't really change much, but it did give me that drive. Because now I was like, you know what? I'm back. I'm back for like the third time or even the second time, whatever it was. And I'm like, I'm going to just lock in right now and I'm going to make this work. You know, I took my time to actually learn the strategy, learn how to actually trade and actually, you know, get it down the right way. And, you know, he taught me as best as he can, put me on the traders, put me onto different ways of actually, you know, learning how to day trade, especially trade ICT. And, you know, I switched over to futures too. Forgot to mention that. I was doing Forex, switch over to futures by now. And, you know, opened up my first prop firm account and yo, chat. My first prop firm account was the first account I actually passed, yo. I know that sounds crazy, right? Like the first account, but that's because like, yo, the market was moving so nice back then. It was moving like you pick a direction, as long as liquidity is there, it goes. You know what I mean? There's barely little drawdown. But you know, we passed that account and you know, life is feeling good. I'm like, yo, like I really got this. Like finally, I'm gonna get my payout. I'm gonna get my payout. It was 250K account. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get this payout, right? It's gonna be easy. Within 1 month, lost. Kept losing, bro. Within 1 month, like it took me a whole month to blow that account. At least it wasn't a couple days, but a whole month of just a losing streak. Like I'm dead ass. A month losing streak, bro. I was even like, yo, what am I doing wrong? Like it's actually crazy. Like I got this far and now I'm blowing the account. It's crazy, chat. Anyways, the account is blown now, and now I start, you know, saying, okay, I've blown this account, but this is not going to stop me from actually, you know, trying to get this payout, trying to actually make this work, trying to actually see some type of value and success from this. So, you know, we start documenting it. I started documenting it on TikTok. From then on, you know, the rest is pretty much what you guys know. You know, we're still in that journey. We're still on that road to getting a payout. And now it's something where I want to actually take you guys with me. We passed a couple of accounts since then. And, you know, now I want to actually share the journey with y'all. So, yo, if you really want to start this and you really want to actually take this thing serious, you just have to start and you have to keep going. You have to be consistent. You have to make sure you show up every single day, no matter what. If you lose, you have to keep showing up. That's the only way to make this work. If you want to start trading today, if you want to start really, and you really, really mean it, you have to make it work. You have to give it your all. You're going to fail. You're going to consistently fail, but you have to keep showing up. And eventually you'll actually get to a point where, you know, you're making profits, right? And that's the journey that I actually want to share with y'all today. So hopefully you guys do enjoy this journey. It's going to be a long one, but it's going to be a good one. And I'm going to try to share as much as I can with y'all and actually just give you guys as much value, you know, the value that I've been missing, you know, to speed this process up for you guys. So you guys don't have to worry about spending years learning different things, jumping around, you know, just focus on one thing and just, you know, learn the foundations and actually understand how to trade properly. But besides that, hopefully you guys do like this video. Go ahead, like, subscribe. I do have more videos on the way. I'm planning on doing this weekly. So yeah, I'll see you guys later.